Hey Teela Jammers, how are you doing on this day? So I'm bringing you a bit of sass today, a bit of attitude, because the title is Saying What You Mean. And I guess with this, we have to come out serious. We have to be strong, be bold, be faithful, be courageous. I can spill many words. But yeah, like it's really listening to what you're saying about yourself. And a few years ago, I'll just go into a little anecdote, a little bit of story time. A few years ago, actually when I was pregnant with my first baby, my boy, I was really into mental health, and I'd been going through some stuff. But when I realized that, I could take ownership, I could ride this wave, I put myself out there and I kind of joined this organization. And, they basically formalized their whole stance was about, learning more about mental health and researching more about mental health. And that's how I kind of found out more about self-talk and becoming more aware of what I'm saying to myself. When I'm going through anxious moments, when I'm going through like phases of depression, and when I'm going through like really stressful, moments, it's about what am I actually saying to myself and am I listening? So the key to this, and it's something that I've actually not been practicing up until this year. 2023 has been actually a really big year for change, big year for growth and healing. And something that I've actually practiced is listening, but not absorbing what I don't want. So needing to listen, needing to be aware, that's one side, that's the flip side. And the other side is not absorbing the things that I don't want to hear. So when we say what we mean, we need to be aware of kind of like the backlash, because the universe, let me tell you something, the universe does this funny thing where it's like, do you really want that? Do you really want that thing? I see you desiring something. I see you requesting something. I see you being determined. I'm going to test you. Because we're part of the universe, we're part of its growth, its evolution. And so the universe will kind of put obstacles and even blockages in your path to really see if you push against the currents. Like I said, can I ride this wave? Can you push against the currents? Can you stand tall, stand on your own and fight? And sometimes it's actually not about fighting. It's about resisting the fight and just being like, I'm calm, I'm safe, I'm okay. I'm a target right now, but I'll get through it. I'm going to do this. So, yeah, going back to really carrying out how to listen is, again, we've got to be aware. We've got to be noticing what we're saying to ourselves, because in the moment we can be happy as can be, and then, like I said, the universe comes in and says, okay, I'm gonna see if you really want this, because there is that Chinese, I think, proverb that says, be careful what you wish for. Like when you really want something, it's like, okay, you're gonna see it's hard. But what the universe is really trying to say is, I've got your back, but I want to make sure that you're in it for the long run. We don't want to just be doing things for the sake of doing things. Life is short. And I think all throughout my Teela Jam journey, it's just about knowing myself and being certain, because like I've said, and I think I say this in every video, so you're probably just like bored of me saying this, but we are inundated with messages that are telling us not the truth. They're not telling us who we are, they're telling us who they want us to be. We're inundated with social media and different things going on in the 3D reality that sometimes it's like, what the hell? what is going on? You know, so when it comes, if I come back to our title, we need to say what we mean, and keep noticing how that transcends in ourselves, like within. Because what we don't want is, we don't want to just say things with no intention. We don't want to say things because it sounds right, or it, you know, it bounces off on the other person, okay? Like that whole factor of, you know, I'm just going to say what they want to hear. You do not want to come off unauthentic or disingenuine. You want to be real. And that's the key to loving yourself. Being true to yourself is not saying, okay, well, I need to do things for others. I need to be the best person I can be. I need to be perfect. It's saying, I feel really shit right now. And saying what you mean, like, this is not okay. I don't feel good. Or I can't do this right now. I need time. You know, people gravitate to understanding and realness. Naturally, we are predisposed, like I've said, to these messages that can sometimes distort our ways of thinking, can distort our ways of even being. Some people are lost, and let me tell you, it's not a bad thing to get lost. It's not a bad thing to not find yourself where you want to be. But when we take it back to self-talk, when we take it back to saying what we mean, like really remembering to listen to ourselves and notice, you know, where we want to go, that's when we can be found again. That's when we can say, I know this is the Lynette, this is the path that I want to be. So I just said Lynette, that's my name, but we are Teela on the Teela Jam channel. So, you know, it's saying what you mean, hearing what you're saying, listening to what you're saying, and taking that in. And then when you get caught up in like maybe a backlash or an obstacle, it's not absorbing that. Because if you hear me correctly, when we say what we mean, the term mean has actually two different meanings, and I don't want to, you know, put anything out there, but mean can mean two different things. So a mean, or being mean, the adjective is, you know, being callous, rude, whatever. Now, the other mean is to define something. So when we are saying what we mean, we are defining the given subject or topic area, or how we want to be, or how we see something. And I guess in the sense of self-love, it's about realism. It's about, you know, consciousness. It's about hope. We are not, you know, fantasizing. We are not creating stories. We are not following the narratives of others. It's about really knowing who we are and loving ourselves as we are. So I'll put you to the test and ask you, what are you listening to right now, as of this moment in time? And then I want you to think about, what are you absorbing? What is taking up space that's allowing you to gravitate away from your calling, your vision, your mission? So these are two different conundrums, but they go together because this is how the universe works. It works in opposites, but it's all about maintaining your stance. And this is why I constantly say in my videos, we are inundated with messages, and you need to be aware of that, like consistently aware of the messages that are being poured into your brain and into your subconscious. We can't always be conscious of what we're taking in, but what we need to be consciously aware of is how we speak to ourselves, and more time, what we're saying to ourselves and how it resonates with us. So I urge you to listen. Stay noticing and being aware of yourself, and do not absorb anything that does not align with you. For now, I'm going to love you and leave you, let you enjoy your day. But remember to choose what you love and love what you choose.